Hi, fourth graders. Today we're talking about lesson 96, which is average. And we're on new concept on page 607. Okay, so here we have 3 stacks of coins, and altogether there are 15 coins total. So we can rearrange the coins so that we have an equal number in each stack. And if we did that, since there are 15 and we're dividing it into 3, we'd have 5 in each stack, and then that would be our average. Okay, so we have 15 total into 3 groups, so 15 divided by 3, the average would be 5. Okay, so to find average, first you have to figure out how many there are altogether, total, and then you find out how many would be in each group if the groups were equal. So since we're talking about equal groups, we're talking about using division. Okay, so 15 divided by 3 equals 5, and that's your average. Okay, so looking at the example on page 608, there are 4 vans that carried the team to the soccer field. There were 5 players in the first van, 4 players in the second van, 3 in the third van, and 8 in the fourth van. What is the average number of players in per van? Okay, so first you have to figure out how many there are altogether, how many total players there are. So we're going to take 5 for the first, 4 in the second, 3 for the third, and 8 for the fourth, and add all those numbers up. So 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 8 is 20. Okay, so we have 20 players total. Now we need to figure out, if I had those 20 players in equal groups, how many would be in each van? What would the average be? So I have 20 altogether, and I have 4 vans. So I'm going to take 20 and divide them equally between the 4 vans to find the average. So 20 divided by 4 would be 5. So the average number of players per van would be 5 players per van. Now we know that that's not how the vans were arranged, but we're finding the average. So the average players per van would be 5. Okay, let's try lesson practice. Remember, the first step in finding average is to add to find the total, and then you divide by the number of groups there are. Okay, so first add all the numbers together, and then second step is to divide by the number of groups you added. Okay, so in 3 classrooms, there were 24, 26, and 28 children. What is the average number of children per classroom? So go ahead and give finding the average of that a try. Okay, now remember, step 1 is to add together. So 24 plus 26 plus 28 would be step 1. Okay, so 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 8 is 18. And then I carry up my 1. Okay, so 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Okay, so now I have 78 total, so I'm going to take that 78 and I'm going to divide it to figure out my average number. But how do I know what I divide by? Well, then I can count. How many numbers did I add together? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to take 78 and divide it by 3. Okay, so 78 divided by 3. 3 goes into 7 2 times, and 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, my next step is to subtract, so 7 minus 6 is 1, and then bring down the 8. Okay, 18 divided by 3 would be 6. 6 times 3 is 18, so I have nothing left behind. Okay, so what's the average number of children per classroom? 26 children. Okay, so first add them up, then divide by the number of groups. Okay, B. There were 2 stacks of books on the shelf, one with 17 books and the other with 11 books. Allison moved some books from the taller stack to the shorter stack so that the number of books in the two stacks were equal. When she finished, how many books were in each stack? Okay, so go ahead and give it a try. Find the average of the two stacks. Okay, step 1 is to add together. So 11 plus 17, 1 plus 7 is 8. 1 plus 1 is 2. So I have 28 books total. And how many groups do I have? 2. So 28 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. And then bring down the 8 and divide again. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so how many books were in each stack if they were equal? There'd be 14 in each stack. That would be the average. Spencer's scores on his first 3 games were 85, 85, and 100. What was the average on his first 3 games? Okay, so find the average. First, add the totals. 5 plus 5 plus 0 is 10. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. And then 2. So 270 points total. That's how many scores he had total. And I'm going to divide it, because I'm finding average, by 1, 2, 3 numbers. Okay, so 270 divided by 3 games. One second here. Okay, there we go. Okay, 27 divided by 3 would be 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And then I just bring down that 0. 0 divided by 0 is, or 0 divided by 3 is 0. So his average number of scores for those 3 games would be 90. So on average, he scored 90 per game. Okay, go ahead and do lesson, or reteaching lesson 96, finding average. Add first, then divide.